literally our fence was like touching the cemetery. And I'm just pointing to this dark corner across the room. I'm like, who is she? And whispered in my ear, and I was like, what are you doing? Like right in my ear. The cops show up. I'm hearing them the whole time until the second the cops open the door. And in this house is where I was having like my first set of like really, really crazy dreams. So I'll talk about it a little bit more in the video with my sister, but I used to dream that my sister was possessed all the time. I had one really vivid dream about my little brother and demons, that he was like basically called into the like really pitch black nighttime woods by like demons, and we couldn't find him, and there was like these demonic symbols all over in like this house we were at in the middle of the woods, which was really scary. On the topic of dreams, I'm not gonna say I'm a psychic, but I have something weird going on with the dreams, and I'm gonna get to that. I know I sound crazy, but we're here for crazy. It's spooky season. It'd be like that. So I have a list of really crazy dreams that I had. Some are just like spooky in general, and some like actually were kind of predictive. So I have this weird thing lately where the things I dream or think like relate to something that happens. I'm not gonna say this like proves anything. I just thought it was really weird. Like I was driving up at work. I have to drive up to go pick people up from the zip line sometimes. So I went to go drive up, and we have all sorts of biker trails everywhere. And for some reason, like I've worked there 2 years now. I've never really thought about it, but I was just randomly sitting there thinking, I was like, just thinking like, that's really weird. Like how come people don't crash on these? They must be one way. And I go to drive up this like trail up a hill to go pick people up. And for some reason there were these bikers just stopped on the trail. Like this has never happened to me before. And their bikes were laid all over the trail, and they're just standing there. And I was like, what the hell? And so I get out to like tell them like, hey, you can't stop here. Like I could have hit you. And they ask me, okay, this doesn't sound that dramatic. They're like, hey, we were just wondering, do you know if these trails are one way? We don't want to like run into someone. We're new to these trails. It doesn't sound weird, but it is, because I've worked there 2 years. I've never run into a biker. They've never stopped there in my way. No one's ever asked me that question. Like it just lined up perfectly. And it's just little things like that like if I say it, I sound crazy, but it's weird to me. How do I word this? I have a lot of ghosts in my life, but when I have like really active ghost periods in my life, because it like comes in periods, when those periods are happening, I also have extremely vivid nightmares, which doesn't happen to me normally. When I have dreams, they're usually very like mellow, mediocre. Half the time I don't even remember them, like nothing crazy. But when I'm having ghost stuff, I have extremely vivid, extremely strange, horrible nightmares. And one of them was that me and my whole boyfriend's family, minus his sister, we're all in this boat. And it's like one of those like huge multi-layered boats, and this boat is sinking, like level by level sinking. All I know is that the water was coming in so slowly. There was like a boat or a helicopter, something like that, that was flying by, and there was an issue where like we couldn't all go at once, and I was worried that we wouldn't all make it. But basically the key points of that dream were that the boat was multi-layered. It was sinking layer by layer, and there was an issue with the rescuers that I didn't think we would all make it out in time. And I woke up, and it was like such a like chilling dream to me for some reason. Like it doesn't sound that crazy, but it like I woke up so like horrified. I was really shook at that, to say the least. And I go on Twitter to try to like calm down, and I kid you not, I see a news article saying that there was a cruise ship off the shore of like Sweden or something, like this massive cruise ship that was slowly sinking, and the rescue helicopters they had available could only take 15 people at a time, and they weren't sure that they were going to get everyone off in time. Like it was sinking extremely slowly, so it was taking them hours for it to sink, they could only take 15 people at a time, which was so parallel with my dream. And I swear to God, we don't watch the news in this house. I wasn't on Twitter the night before. Like, this happened at like what would have been like 3 a.m. for me, like 3 or 4. So like I wasn't awake, no one was awake, no news was on. This couldn't have happened subconscious. It just went into my brain somehow. So that was the first one that like I connected that, and I was like, am I psychic? Huh? Norway? It was off the shore of Norway. Did you just look it up? And guess what day I have this dated as? March 23rd. Haley! She just looked it up. There's an article on the 23rd and on the 24th basically saying on like the 23rd there was like a disaster with this ship. It finally reached shore. There was like an issue with the rescue, all of it. And I have it dated on here as the 23rd of March, 03/23, basically my description of the boat sinking. But that's not even the craziest one. This is the craziest one. I had this really random dream. Me and my sister, like I said, we're like both kind of on par with this like paranormal stuff. But I had this really random dream that me and my sister were in this house. And I don't remember much of the dream, but I remember we were in a house with all white walls. We weren't directly seeing it, but I knew that we were kind of running from this little boy ghost. And the only memories I have of it was it like peeking around the corner and running across this like hallway, this white hallway, while we're in this room that I don't recognize. Like, I've never seen this house before in my life, so I was really confused by this. And then at one point we're in the basement and this little boy ghost is like chasing us. And I just know that I'm really scared of this little boy. So basically the main takeaways for me from this dream were like all white walls in this house I don't recognize. I see this little boy, and the only description I have for him, if you've ever seen Insidious, I'm gonna insert a picture here. But he looked like the little boy in this specific scene of Insidious. He's like a really old-timey boy with like a hat and like a really grayish brown outfit. It was him like to a T. And I hadn't watched Insidious in a while. I called my sister real quick. I'm just like, oh my God. So I had another really weird dream. You want to hear about this one? She was like, yeah, for sure. So I tell her about this and she's like, you know what that sounds like? That reminds me exactly about my friend's house and the ghost she has there. I was like, oh really? Like, tell me about it. She said that the layout of the house that I told her sounds exactly the same, that the walls are all white, which she also immediately noticed because like that, who doesn't paint their walls? That's weird, okay? The biggest thing is once while she was there, because she knows that her friend's house is haunted, but while she was at this friend's house once, she saw a little boy like peek around the corner or something, and she noticed that it looked just like the ghost from Insidious. And so she told me that my description of the house, my description of the ghost, all of that was exactly her experience at her friend's house. And I was like, okay, but I've never seen your friend's house, so like I'm not sure about that. And she's like, I swear to God. So next time I'm with her, I call up her friend, and her friend's like, yeah, that sounds to a T like my house and my ghost. And if Carrie thinks I'm being stupid, like she'll straight up tell me like, you're just being stupid. So for her to say that, and like it freaked her out. It was kind of a big thing. And then once I DoorDashed to this friend, because sometimes I like DoorDash for some money, and she opened the door and I saw the hallway and the room right in front of my eyes. They swore to me that it was her house, and I was like, I don't know about that, like I can't confirm that. She opened the door and I was like, oh, hi. And she was like, hi. And she was like, oh my God, like this is the house. And I looked, it was the house. I swear to God, like on my life, that was the house that was in my dream. That was the hallway that I saw the little boy, everything. And I got shivers. It was so scary. So I don't know how I like dreamed about her ghost or her house, but that was weird. So that one was weird, but that one did not scare me as bad as this one. So I had another extremely vivid dream that I was on my street, and I was with my boyfriend, and we were walking down the street, and like in my head, it was like I jumped into the middle of the dream because like I had previous knowledge about this dream. I've never dreamt this before, but in my head, in the dream, I had previous knowledge. There was people chasing us, that I had seen what I'm about to see multiple times, and that I cannot rescue these people or I'll be killed. So I'm walking down the street and I see this man tied up to a tree in the crucifix position, like to a T, the legs straight, the body straight, the arms like this with the hands down and the head like slightly tilted, exactly the crucifix position. And in my head, I'm just like, if I save him, then I'm gonna die. If I don't save him, he's gonna die. So me and Bailey start cutting this guy down from the tree, and I wake up, and that's the whole dream. It's super, super short. So not a big deal. I was really obviously uncomfortable by that, because like religion and spooky stuff, I don't like when they mix, like that's not my thing. I woke up pretty off-put by it. I went downstairs, I think I got like breakfast or something. Bailey was still sleeping in the bed, and I came upstairs, and I kid you not, it was like, I don't know if it was a few hours after or what it was. It wasn't like directly after, but it was pretty soon after. Or I come upstairs to Bailey and I see him in bed, laying in the middle of the bed with his body perfectly straight, with his arms out, with his hands dangled, in the exact crucifix position that not only did I see in my dream with the man, but that, like, I don't know, that you see Jesus in, like on rosaries and stuff. Bailey does not sleep that way. I asked his sister, I asked his mother, I asked everyone if you've ever seen him sleep like that. He doesn't sleep like that. He doesn't sleep still. He's like curled up or on his side, or he sleeps like a mess. He doesn't lay like that. And it was in the exact crucifix position. I didn't tell him about this dream or anything. He was asleep. It was weird. That was the scariest thing ever. And I like got mad at him. It was kind of mean. I got mad at him. I like woke him up. I was like, why are you sleeping like that? He was like, what? I was like, why are you laying like that? He was like, I don't know, how was I laying? I was like, okay, cool, we're done, got it. And then this was just kind of weird, but like it's still kind of tied to my life. I had a dream that I saw this girl I went to high school with get in a car accident on I-25, and that she lost her face, and it was so weird. It was just like a really weird dream, and I was really uncomfortable by that. And I woke up and I went back to sleep, and I had another dream on I-25. It was that on I-25 North, this specific spot, it's like a specific curve that like isn't that bad, but like I know what it is. I walk up to this accident, and this girl had like rolled her car or something, and she's like pretty injured. And this part is not funny, it like scared me, but she lost all of her toes. There's no one on the highway, which is weird. Like I just walk up to this car accident scene and it's just her, and the paramedics are over there. And I'm like looking at this girl who's lost her toes, and it's like just the paramedics are talking to her, and I like walk up as the paramedics talking to her, and she like sees me, and the paramedic tells her like, this is like a pretty serious like injury. I can fix it, but it's gonna hurt. She looks at me like with fear, and this part scared me because I have like a lot of really gruesome dreams and stuff when I'm in like these weird phases, but I never like experience any emotion in them, which is weird. Like if I'm angry, I know I'm angry, but I don't feel angry. And she looked at me with so much fear, I immediately like was like washed over with sadness for her, which really caught me off guard. And then it ended with him pulling out chili peppers to replace her toes with chili peppers. Yeah, don't know what that was about. So that ended. And the reason that tied to my life was because I was commuting to a job at the time, and twice within a week, I was almost in an accident on the exact same part that I saw in that dream. And it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't like I was recklessly driving. Like both were from other people. Like this other person cut me off so bad, like me and like everyone else almost hit them. Like I just slammed on my brakes and like swerve. And then there was another one where the guy like started merging over, and I'm in the fast lane both times, and this guy starts merging over with his headphones in, and he didn't look, and so he's about to hit me, but he doesn't see me, and I'm honking and there's nowhere I can go. The whole road is full, it's rush hour, but we're kind of going fast, and so he's about to hit me, has his headphones in, he doesn't see me. Like my options are to run into this wall or slam on my brakes and get rear-ended by the person behind me. Like I had no option. So like luckily like I was able to like get over really fast and like slam my brakes, things like that. But like in the same spot twice within a week after that dream, I almost got like in a serious accident, like going like 80 miles an hour. So thanks for watching. That's my kickoff to spooky season. Next, I'm probably gonna have a video with my sister about all the like really crazy ghost stuff we had as kids, like together, because there's a lot with just us. It's really weird. And then probably a few more with even like scarier stories. These weren't even like my scariest ever. So hopefully you liked it. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see those other videos. I'm gonna have a lot of videos coming in October. So go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.